Hey, what's up guys? Hope everyone's doing really good. And for today's video, I wanted to talk about a story of this guy I know living the absolute dream in Thailand and how he kind of went from nothing to living as a near millionaire at only 22 years old. So let's go ahead and get started. So one of my friends from Thailand is from the middle of Georgia, and essentially he was going to university, but it wasn't really working out for him. And he thought there's just got to be something bigger in life. There's got to be something out there that is worth shooting for, you know? And so he saw something online about people selling online salesmen. So, you know, at this point, he didn't really have much to lose. So he thought, you know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to invest some money on this mentorship program, and I'm just going to see where it takes me. So anyways, this program had this mentor and like this kind of inner circle of guys who were selling these products. So he thought, you know what, it's probably in my best interest to kind of get enough money to save to go actually live with these people. So he didn't have any money. So he literally had no money at this time, but he was still determined. So he actually got a loan from a friend of $1,500, and with that money, he used it to fly out to Bangkok, Thailand, and meet up with these people in this inner circle so he could have opportunity, which isn't a bad idea. But anyway, so he flew out to Thailand, and they're telling him, yeah, you got to do this. This is how you find a job online. And he's really just getting mentored and soaking in this information. Well, he's trying everything they're telling them, but it's not really working. But he's saving his money, so he has around $700 left. But at this time, his visa in Thailand ran out, so he has to leave the country. So he went to Cebu, Philippines, and locked himself in the hotel room and just started doing outreach, doing whatever he could to find a job. Well, eventually he found an offer, and he worked this offer for a little bit, but it was a scam. He made no money during this time that he worked, nothing. And he decided with some of his remaining money, he would fly back to Thailand to get another 30-day visa exemption and just try to get help, try to ask these guys for help. Well, he did that, and eventually he completely ran out of money. He had no money to his name, and he literally had to fast. He literally had to not eat any food. So he had no money, he had no food, but he was still in his, room, literally trying to find a sales job. And eventually he did. He found one, and he's working it all day, and he makes his first sale. He makes $200. So at this point, he uses that money to buy some rice and some fresh water, and he's using that money as literally like survival. And that's a really big deal for him, and it pushes him to go further and keep making more and more sales. And eventually he's making close to $1,000 a month. Well, through this process, he gets pretty good at the skill, and he grows a network, and today he's making well over $20,000 a month as a 22-year-old living on Sukhumvit Road and literally living the dream in Thailand. And the reason why I share this story is because I've been seeing a lot of videos online lately of people saying it's impossible for young people to move overseas and make it. And although I do believe it's extremely difficult, I think it's a disservice to tell people that anything is impossible, because if you were to tell that to him, he would say, well, that's not fair for you to say that, because look at what I had went through. And I got to the destination, not because of the circumstances, but because I believed in myself. And, there's a story, and I don't know if I'm going to iterate this exactly correctly, but it's called Fighting with the River to Your Back. And this was found by a general in the Chinese military centuries and centuries ago. And basically what they would do is they would ambush their own army on purpose. The generals would specifically place their army with a river to their back, because they knew once they got pinned at the river that it would create savages. It would give them inspiration to reach this new level, to be vicious, and to have that push to actually win that war. And so what I'm saying with that, and why I say that, is sometimes you have to put yourself in these scenarios where you don't have an option. You don't have an option. Like, if he would have quit, he literally would have went hungry, homeless in a foreign country. So when you put yourself in that type of situation, it brings something out of you that you never knew you had. And whether it's going to Thailand or starting a business in America or whatever it is, if you put yourself in these situations, you have no choice but to grow, right? It's like Wolff's Law. Muscles grow when they're pressured, right? So the reason why I say this story is I know there's a lot of people who maybe watch my videos who have dreams of kind of going for something, and a lot of times there's a lot of negativity on things when they're hard. But if you listen to the majority, you're going to get normal outcomes, right? So if there's something that you truly believe in, then you should go for it at all costs, even if it seems unlikely, because eventually, if you never give up, it will become true. So thanks a lot for watching my video, guys. Please subscribe if you like. I'm making live streams as well, so I'm trying to do those like every single night. So if you want to hang out with me during there, we can chat. I promise I'll reply to the messages, and I'll catch you guys next time.